Transformers. It's playoff football. Yes, sir. We in here, man. We live and in color. All we missing is Keenan Ivory Wayans and Sean Wayans and Marlon Wayans and Damon Wayans. We have in living color. Jimmy Mack, myself, 1585.
What up, good people?
What happening? What it is? What it look like? Get your share on.
Good people of the world.
Get your share on real quick. Let's do that. If you're on
Very sweet. Bring me a hat.
Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, share. Dietrich in the house. Share to a page. Share the 1585 show page, of course. Share to the AC Sports Live page. Did you create a Sucker Punch page?
Yeah, Sucker Punch page is still there. I just haven't done Sucker Punch in a while. I was thinking about doing the Valentine's Day, since that would be the anniversary of Sucker Punch podcast, at least when it was first launched, was Valentine's Day. So I think I'm doing a Valentine's Day show.
For the lovers in the house.
For your what? Everything?
For all you lovers.
I don't know, baby.
For all the lovers out there. This is for you. Share. No, discard. All right, so now I'm going to share to a group.
Rod Lee in the house.
Rod Lee. Oh, my
The
gosh.
catch.
What a grab.
The catch.
What a grab.
Catch.
Esquire, what a grab. Rodney.
That's what you should name your law firm, Rodney. Esquire.
What a grab.
The grab. I'm trying to get it right.
Esquire, what a grab.
Esquire, what a grab.
Deuce with the grab. This anti-ESPN. Yeah, they be bugging me, so let's go. 1585 players, let's go. Who else? Where is Sports Talk with Lonnie Graham and them? Because they be hitting me up all the time. SSAW. All right, man. Rodney Lee. What it is.
Favorite grabs of all time that I didn't make. Like, look at Rod out there.
Man, that's why I'm like, you take what the defense gives you. Rodney Lee with the dive grab of all people. I'm sure SC was like, we did not have him on our game plan.
Where did he come from?
Coach,
what a grab.
you
Saved
said,
the game for us.
You said 85, and then Jamal Clark makes a grab. Rodney Lee makes a grab.
Rodney Lee saved that game for us, man. We would have lost. We'd have had a loss against SC. Wasn't for Rodney Lee.
Oh, man. I want to shout out my boy Dan Juan McGee for stripping that ball, giving us a chance. We got to check on my man Dan Juan. He wasn't doing too hot last time I checked, so we're going to check on him, get him right, get him some help. He out here in Long Beach. We got to get him some guys in his corner. We would keep him lifted up in your prayers, man. All right, man. NFL playoff weekend we just witnessed. I don't know about you, man. I was thoroughly entertained.
Oh, yes. I was just waiting for the final scene in Gladiator after Mahomes threw that touchdown to Kelsey, and he just gets in the middle of the field and goes, "Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?"
Not entertained, and threw his helmet in the stands.
Oh, Antonio Brown style? Take his clothes off. Antonio Brown style. Riley said, "Hey, man, that's what Coach said. It's the little people. It's a game of inches." Yeah. Saturday. The Bengals of Cincy topple the Titans of Tennessee. Elaine in the house. 19-16. The young boys make it to the AFC Championship game. All right. What are your thoughts on Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and the boys making it to the AFC Championship game this early?
Well, first of all, before I get started on my rant, eatings to the Queen, Elaine Williams. Hey, Elaine.
The Queen.
Can't wait for your podcast, young lady.
The
Can't
retired.
wait for it. Can't wait.
The retired Queen, living her best life. Leave me at the job with these jive turkeys. I ain't got nobody to crack jokes with. I gotta go find Motown. I gotta go find Chris Motown to crack jokes with somebody, and he always busy. I need Elaine used to run that thing. She be walking around chilling. I bounce my ideas off her. Now she gone, enjoying her best life out there at Baylor University, walking around. She gonna end up coaching basketball. Watch.
Hey, I'm gonna have to agree with Jonathan Mathis. Joe Burrow is a stud. You know, I'm talking about a stud as in he's a good ball player. That was a game that I had Kansas City winning. I mean, no, Cincy winning. I don't know why I said Kansas City. I had Cincy winning, and I thought it would be a battle. I think Derrick Henry will pull the typical Derrick Henry. He'll get 20 carries, 62 yards. A lot of not hard running because I think he's big and soft. He's just big. That's what makes him really good. And Cincinnati will pull it out. But I don't know how Cincinnati can survive with their quarterback getting sacked, 7 times?
9.
Pressure 15 times?
9 sacks.
Times.
9 sacks.
I'm sorry, Tennessee. I took 2 sacks away from y'all. But, I mean, Burrow, under duress, Burrow went 28 of 37 for 348. Under duress. I mean, the man was getting blitzed and sacked, and their front four was getting to him, and he had a heck of a game. So, I mean, Joe Burrow showed that he's tough, but they got to have to get a line for him for the future, or else he ain't going to make it because he's not a big dude. Yep. He's not Josh Allen.
No.
He's not Josh Allen where he got size and athleticism, and he can dish out punishment. But, man, it was the least of the games probably in terms of excitement because Tennessee is like watching snails race. They're boring.
Boring.
And Cincinnati they came through. The kicker saved them. And he's a rookie. Kicker's a rookie. So you got a really young team out there doing well, man. I enjoy watching the Bengals. My biggest fear for Cincinnati is if they get past Kansas City and got to play the 49ers for a third time in the Super Bowl.
Oh no!
0-3.
Oh my God!
The Niners, but that would be tough.
But that ain't Joe Montana back there. So I think they'll be all right. I think they'll be all right. Nathan in the house, he said he couldn't take the Titans seriously after signing Julio because of who they have at quarterback. All these game managers, man. Tannehill and Garoppolo. That means they got good teams. I mean, they're getting here despite their lack of superior quarterback play. I mean, I forgot Julio was even on the Titans, and I said, "Who's number 2?"
That's who. I thought it was a tight end.
Who's that big joker right there? All we hear about is AJ Brown. Now this Julio Jones, once arguably the best receiver in the game. Now you're playing for a game manager quarterback. We're never gonna hear your number called, man. Uncle Chuck in the house. Since his kicker has ice in his veins. Now, is it because he's young and dumb, don't know nothing? Jamar Chase, young and dumb, don't know nothing? Joe Burrow, young and dumb, don't know nothing. They just out there balling. Because I'm studying the mental game. I'm on this YouTube little class called Deep Game. This is what Kobe was studying and all that stuff. It's about, mental toughness and concentration and finding the zone. And a lot of the instruction is not thinking, not trying too hard, playing your game and having some fun. And when you get to that point, you reach the zone more often than you do if you overthink, overplan, and put too much on the game. Like, every game should be important if you make every single game important. I think we had this discussion many moons ago about some games being bigger than others. Mm-hmm. If you find a way to make every game the same, you play hard without trying, and you become this being that can do no wrong because you're not afraid of the moment. If we watch Mr. Go 30 on Instagram, and his thing is the moment is too big, you piss down your leg and you mess up.
That dude is funny, man.
I said
that dude having me rolling.
Every time when I saw the NFC playoff game with with what's the Arizona Cardinals quarterback name? The little guy. Dang it. Arizona quarterbacks. What's his name?
Which one?
The big old head, the big head, 5'10". He says he's 6.
Oh, Kyler Murray.
Yeah, little bobblehead looking dude. He was just panicking, and every play was like, oh, but then you watch Joe Burrow, and he looked like Joe Montana back there, man, just chilling.
Joe Cool.
Just slanging it. Joe Mathis said, I say J Matt. That's a new nickname, J Matt. Hopefully the Bengals address their glaring need. Can't address it in one day. In 3 days. You can't pick up nobody off the streets to fix the blocking problem. BT in the house. Joe Montana. Not Joe Montana. Joe Montana.
Joe Montana. I said Joe Montana.
I said Joe Montana. J Matt said Ryan Tannehill's sneaker game is better than his quarterback game. This is true.
Most definitely. Because his quarterback game is terrible. When the pressure is on him,
all right,
he doesn't show up. That's why he played receiver at first at Texas A&M.
Is he better or worse than Trent Dilfer? Game manager,
I would say
Super Bowl champion.
I would say what helped Trent Dilfer was that defense was
superb,
great.
One of the best ever.
Defense was great. That's what helped Trent Dilfer.
J. Matt said the Titans are a run first, pass second team. That team survives on the strength of a power run game and a defense. And a coach that's defensive minded, that has that Belichick background, that discipline, do your job background. Hey man, but they ran up to them Young Bucks, and the Young Bucks could care less.
Yep, them Young Bucks said, "We don't care, old timers. We here now. Give us our due."
J. Matt said it best. These young players are ahead of their time. Absolutely. I think the NFL's in good hands. When Tom Brady retires, we good. Mm-hmm. Aaron Rodgers retired, we good. There are a group of young players that are slanging that thing. Second game Saturday was San Francisco, Green Bay. Garoppolo gets another playoff win despite his limited play. Debo.
That's what you want to call it?
Debo.
That's what you want to call it?
Yeah, Debo.
Limited play.
I'm going to be nice about it. He's getting there. He's winning. He's a good-looking guy. Very, very, very average player. What do you...
Jimmy G, first of all, is the guy in the Hallmark movies. That he hates Valentine's Day, but he meets a girl that makes him love Valentine's Day, and they fall in love. That's who Jimmy G is, man. Jimmy G ain't no real quarterback. Man. That dude went 11-19 for 131 yards in 4 quarters.
Box score.
And he got the majority of them yards on the last drive. He was terrible.
QBR 11.9. 11.9 QBR.
11.9 QBR. I had a higher QBR and I didn't play.
You were at the house.
It was terrible. But there's 4 phases of a football game: offense, defense, special teams, and the football gods. The football gods, for some strange reason,
and the refs,
do not like Aaron Rodgers. They do not like Aaron Rodgers, especially if he's playing against San Francisco. Something's going to happen where he can't win the game. And that block punt,
man,
all the Green Bay players stood around and looked at the ground, and all the 49er players saw the ball. He had a convoy on a 4-yard touchdown on a block punt because they had no idea where the ball was. So those are your 4 phases, man. The football guys is like Aaron Rodgers. You missed the vaccination. You lied about that. You get on the nerves. We don't like you. We tired of the
moment too big. You piss down your leg.
Tired of your State Farm commercials. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose.
The football gods and the refs. That's 5 phases of the game.
Oh yeah, we forgot about them. Where's Anthony Carter at?
AC from LA is not on here yet. Jim's nemesis, the stickler for rules. That's in the rule book. What about what you see? What about the feel? The feel of the game. Oh man, I'm looking at the game. Green Bay scored in their first drive, and I'm thinking this is about to be an ugly one. It's about to get ugly. They're gonna score 25 points. It's gonna start snowing. I take a break. I lead a game. I go watch something else. Come back. It's still 7-0. Before you know it, it's 7-7 forever. And then it's 10-10. And I'm like, what is really going on? I said, Garoppolo has 100 yards. And the QBR of 11.9. And Aaron Rodgers, on the other hand, no touchdowns. His QBR is 19.4. This is supposed to be AA run. I'm wondering if this is going to affect his MVP votes. Because I mean, you can't win at home in the snow versus San Francisco with no quarterback. Are you really the MVP? Are you really?
Yeah. I need to understand what QBR, because if Garoppolo had 11.9 and he stunk it up. When you look at Aaron Rodgers' numbers, not that he didn't play great, he was 20 of 29 for 225.
Right.
The 49ers did a great job of taking away Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams had 9 catches for 90 yards because they just said, okay, everybody else got to beat us. And nobody else did. And I hate to say your jackrabbit, Mercedes Lewis, who's one of my favorite players
one catch
in the NFL still, because he's a Bruin, longevity. He fumbled. A.J. Dillon got hurt. That took away from their run game a little bit because Dillon was the power back. Late in the game, in the snow, you want Dillon. But Lazard, 1 catch, 6 yards. Cobb, no catches. The rest of the dwarves had no catches. It was just ugly. I mean, Aaron Jones had 9 for 129, and most of that was on a 75-yard game. So the Niners defense really kept them in the game. But it was just a great defensive game plan against Green Bay. That's what it was. And they wasn't going to let Devontae Adams beat them, and I think that was great. But also, Jimmy G didn't lose in the game. He didn't play great, but he didn't lose in the game.
Did he turn the ball over at all?
He turned the ball over once. He threw an interception early. And then, the 49ers got a fumble. Well, they got the Mercedes Lewis fumble. But it was an exciting game to only be 13-10. It kept you on the edge of your seat because you're just like, at some point, either Green Bay going to put them away or something's going to happen on San Francisco's side. And it happened. And it was just fortunate for the Niners.
Where the Packers messed up, when you have a guy on your team named Equanimous and you don't throw him the ball, that's where you messed up. When the St. Brown daddy named them boys Osiris, Equanimous, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's the football gods telling you, we're giving you a home run here. Get the ball to one of our boys. Equanimous, isn't Equanimous a god? A Greek god or some type of god figure?
I think he's a philosopher.
A philosopher? I thought, Amon-Ra is a god, I believe.
Amon-Ra is an Egyptian god.
Egyptian god. And Equanimous and Osiris, I thought they were named. I thought he named his kids after Egyptian gods.
It could have been. I don't know.
That's where you messed up there, Aaron. Aaron didn't throw the ball to the right people. J. Matt said the NFL will be all right regardless. It's watchable league. The one sport America puts at the top. Also, NFL attracts larger female audience, the most of any major sport. But they won't let Kaepernick play, so forget the NFL. I boycott. Dietrich says Jimmy's stat line would have looked better if it wasn't for the early drops.
And he's right.
Well, you don't throw
a lot of early drops.
You throw a nice catchable ball, they won't drop it. They don't want Jimmy to be the quarterback next year. That's what that is. When your boys don't catch the ball for you, they telling you something. Nate says, do you think Green Bay's personnel and scheme fits the cold weather? Apparently not. They didn't score no points.
Once it started snowing, their offense went in the tank.
Hey, I think J. Matt said something about he wanted to experience the cold. I'm like, I had to hit him up. I said, you don't want to experience the cold. When your fingers go numb and your toes go numb, ain't no football. Ain't no football to be played when you get that cold. And them boys is out there. Them boys is, man. Everything hurts. The ground feel like you driving your car, no tires, just rims.
Mm-hmm.
Just wind.
Slippery.
Yeah, man.
Man.
Jimmy G game manager, yeah, boy. Debo snatched change, ran between the tackles and stole Aaron Rodgers' bike. Debo, who? Debo, nigga, tuck it. I'm gonna tuck mine in.
Hey, Debo did take a hit on one of them runs though.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he
He took a
did.
hit.
All right, man. So Green Bay goes. All right. Quick prediction. Where does AA Ron end up?
If I'm AA Ron, I'm headed to Minnesota.
Minnesota.
You got Dalvin Cook, a good all-purpose back. He can catch out the backfield. He can run the ball between the tackles, and he's an elite back. You got Justin Jefferson, a young hog, and
Still got Thielen.
Thielen, man, people sleep on Thielen still. Thielen is good, man. So if I'm him, I'm pulling the Brett Favre. I'm headed to Minnie.
Thielen's better than Cooper Kupp. I said it. I don't
know about that one. I'm glad my wife ain't listening.
I'll start some mess.
This show be over.
We'll get to the Rams soon. Cooper Kupp, get my respect, though. I'm just messing around. I think Aaron Rodgers is so unpredictable, man. I don't know if he would go to San Francisco because they've been kicking his butt for so many years. I'm just wondering, man, if he just don't shut it down. Does he want to play? Does he end up in Pittsburgh with that old pedestrian offense they run?
Their O-line ain't good.
I never thought about Minnesota. You brought that up. That's the first time I've heard Minnesota. I'm thinking about Denver. They got a few pieces and a good defense. I know he wants to go to a contender, and he makes a couple of teams instant contenders. The Minnesota suggestion is something to research. I haven't thought about that. J. Matt said 49ers. I don't know if he goes to the Niners. He's a vindictive guy, petty guy, and he don't want that KD title of joining the team that beat me. I think he's just that petty. I think he's going to be against any team that didn't draft him. When they said they were going to draft him, he's holding them grudges still too. So I can imagine him not getting what he wants and just shutting it down. Would he go to New Orleans?
That would be a good fit.
Play under Sean Payton? Possibly.
That'd be a good fit.
All right. Well, we'll see where Aaron ends up. Nathan said Denver might grab his current OC and quarterback coach. I could see him being there. Okay.
I'm going to answer Dietrich's question. I'm quite sure if Aaron gave, hey, I want to come, they will find a way to trade Kirk Cousins. They'll trade Kirk Cousins. Because I mean, who you taking? Rodgers or Cousins?
I'm going Rodgers. Keep it real.
Rodgers. So
you like that?
They'll make it.
You like that?
He'll make it work.
Elaine said, I think Rodgers, Aaron, is going to go back to hosting Jeopardy. Didn't they find a permanent Jeopardy host? I think that job is sailed. He better go back to doing these is it State Farm commercials? Patrick Mahomes took that too.
Rodgers rate. See, this is what you get when you pay the Rodgers rate.
The Patrick Mahomes rate.
Some NFC championship games and some number one seeds and get knocked out.
J. Matt said he's linked to Pittsburgh because of the QB vacancy, and it's another cold weather city. I don't think he wants to be a part of a rebuild. Who's the rebuild that would be Broncos? Are the Broncos a rebuild? Like a team that's not in the playoffs this year, or a team that's a player away? The Vikings, right?
I don't think the Broncos are a rebuild.
Broncos are a player away. The Vikings are a player away. Yeah, I think the Vikings actually, after you say it like that, he gets a young version of Devontae Adams and Jefferson, an unguardable outside guy, and you have Thielen, who is a major upgrade from Randall Cobb. I think it's possible. They got some stuff. I mean, you got a good defense too. Kendricks and Barr, Bruins, go Bruins. They don't know if Sean Payton is coming back. Yeah, that's what we're waiting on. James Max said, the Texans? Man, please. Aaron Rodgers would never go to the Texans. Come on, man. All right.
Hey, Dolphins could be in play.
The who?
No, because they don't have their coach. No, I don't know. I don't know about that.
All right. Tony Siracusa, the historian, clarifies it. Equanimous Tristan Imhotep J. St. Brown, derived from equanimity, which means composure. So it's not an Egyptian god. You have
No.
Enlightened us, Tony Siracusa. He's a Imhotep, like my daughter would say when she came back from Howard. He's a Hotep.
Imhotep. Like in the Mummy movies.
Gotta be down for the whatever, down for the bros, down for the culture. Imhotep.
Yeah.
Vikings hire Brian.
Tony,
Flores.
I know Osiris and Amon-Ra were both Egyptian gods. I know that.
Osiris.
I just didn't know the Equanimous. I didn't know what that was.
That's got to be the coolest name in football. I don't know if anybody else thinks it's cool. I think it's cool. Osiris is the god of the afterlife. Yeah, I've seen that. Pretty. But that Cyrus got killed in Warriors. Can you dig it? The Warriors killed Cyrus.
One of the great movies of all time.
The Warriors.
One of the great movies.
The Warriors did it. Where does Devontae Adams go? Wherever there's a quarterback.
To the Eagles. Devontae Adams is headed to Philly.
Wow, that'd be a good little tandem. I would love it, but I don't think he's coming. He's from Cali.
I gotta keep hope alive.
Isn't he from?
What Jesse Jackson say?
Keep hope alive. He's from Cali, right? Isn't Devontae Adams from Cali? He went to Fresno State. Fresno State. Is he Fresno State homegrown? Tony Siracusa says Amon-Ra is a supreme deity in ancient Egyptian religion. Man, they went deep with them names, boy. And his daddy wasn't no joke. He said, "My boys don't stretch, 'cause cheetahs don't stretch. You just get up and get your food. While we in here stretching, just go. Seattle will need a quarterback. Is Russ gone?
Russ might head to the Raiders. You know, Sierra got a residency in Vegas.
Hey, might be a span. Hey,
Russ might have to 1-2 step down to Vegas.
What Sierra says goes. He bought her a football team. Well, he bought her a baseball team, right?
Something like that.
All right, man. Sunday's games. The LA Rams tried to give it away. Good God. Nate says, if you're a Green Bay coach, what are you saying to the special teams coach after having 10 guys on the field for San Francisco's game-winning field goal? Saying, bring your playbook, coach. You're fired.
No, he did the wait to exhale. Angela Bassett, get your
stuff.
Get out.
Or he walked away, and he walks away. You raggedy bee. J-Man said, Aaron will pull something like that signing with the Vikings. He seems like a revengeful guy. Will he go the same route as Brett Favre? I don't know, man. Deacon Hill in the house. What it is. What it look like. Deacon in the house. Devontae is from North California, Redwood City. Devontae might be going to Vegas with Russ. Playing in the black hole. All right, what about AB? James Mack said, what do you think about AB going to Dallas or Ravens? AB going to get a job.
He getting a job. Just don't go to Philly.
Nah, we don't need that. But AB going to get a job. Y'all think he had a brother moment, and that's the nicest way I could put it. That's what that was. Ain't nothing wrong with AB. He'll be back. AB will be back. Time heals everything, man. D Strong in the house. Back east. Yukon, Connecticut. My brother. New London in the house. Eastern Pequot Indian in the house. It was a blessing seeing all my family and kinfolk on the Zoom call on Saturday morning. D Strong in the house. What it is. I can see Las Vegas trading for Devontae Adams to reunite him with college teammate Derek Carr.
I can see that too, Nathan.
I don't think Devontae Adams want to play with Derek Carr. He's had Aaron Rodgers. If you had Aaron Rodgers for 5 or 10 years, you don't want to go back to no. Hey man, you tasted the milk and honey. You've tasted. AB will get a job because his talent trumps everything, don't it?
Yes, it does.
Unless you take a knee on the anthem or punch your fiance in the elevator, ain't no coming back from that.
It ain't funny, but it's like, man, that dude. I mean, you can do just about anything else except for those two things: punch a woman and take a knee.
You can kill dogs and get back. You can kill dogs and still get a $100 million contract. Mm-hmm. And a broadcasting job. Michael Vick is living his best life. You can moon the fans and wear a nasty afro like Randy Moss and get your life back and become a broadcaster and be a household favorite.
Straight cash, homie.
Getting your name's a verb now. That's getting your life back. You get your name is a verb, man. You got mossed.
And he hit a cop with his car.
Oh man, he hit a cop. All right, man. Are we gonna trust Matthew Stafford now?
I don't know, man. I said after the Rams pulled that one off, I said the 49ers are headed to the Super Bowl. They have living space in the Rams' head. They don't believe that they can lose to the Rams. They don't believe they can lose to the Rams. The Rams are going to have to show, because I think the Rams are the more talented team.
Oh, yeah.
But the 49ers just like, dude, we'll take this to the streets. We can go in the alley and do this. We don't have to do this on the football field.
So far, too nice.
They physically beat the Rams up. They physically go after the Rams. The Rams are gonna have to do something because they're gonna have to bring back the fearsome foursome or something because they not getting it done when they play the Niners. I think it was 6 in a row. They've lost 6 in a row.
6 in a row. But they don't.
I mean they got to do something.
They ain't got no offense, man, except for Tebow. How are they winning?
Because that's enough. Because the Rams got a pass rushing D-line. They're not run stoppers. And the 49ers go, well, what are we throwing the ball for? We got Jimmy G back here, man. Let's go. Let's run the ball. We're going to get Debo, Craig, Day-Day.
Everybody want to get it right.
Smokey.
Get a little
Run the ball.
Baby D. Baby D going to run for 25 yards.
Yep.
Get the ball to rage. Baby D. All right, man.
Because I'm a Rams season ticket holder, I'm going to go with the Rams. But I think the Niners going to get them.
Matthew Stafford went for 366 yards, 2 tubs, and a QBR of 67.7, 28 of 38. I thought he threw a pick. I guess he didn't. Cam Akers didn't have the day. He had 24 carries for 48 yards. Of course, it's not easy to run the ball versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Our good old buddy Tom Brady threw the ball 54 times for 329 yards, touchdown, and a pick, QBR of 14. I need to find the math. A fumble and a pick. 3 of 21 sacks. 14 QBR. That's not Tom Brady like.
You know what it is? Tom Brady has won 2 Super Bowls with terrible QBRs.
But he's Tom Terrific. He's Tom Terrific. He can do no wrong.
He has these games. He has these games more often than not. But he's always been saved with top tier defenses where. I mean, think about it. The Rams fumbled the ball 3 times in the fourth quarter. 3 times in the fourth quarter. They turned the ball over. That's not how you win games. And fumbled at the 1 going in at the half. So Brady gets a lot of lucky breaks and bounces that make him look great when he takes advantage of it, which you're supposed to do. But, man, he had a terrible game. And if you look at the numbers, you'll go, he didn't play bad, but he played it off. He didn't do much for 3 quarters.
Yeah. Well, he's Tom Terrific. We'll see if he comes back next year. I believe he will.
I think so, too.
He don't want to go home to his wife. He want to go back to camp. He want to go to camp right now. She's like, with her deep voice, honey, now you retired now? He's like, no. I think I got one more left in me. What is wrong with you? You've played enough football. Help me with these kids. Rams found a way to make it interesting. I left the game, went to help my good brother Jerome Carter, Pastor Carter, help his audio, and it was 27, I believe, 27-3, and they kept talking about Tom Brady coming back versus the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl. And I looked at the score. It was 27 apiece. I said, are you kidding me? So I had to go back and watch the replay. And the Rams found every way possible to make that a game. So, once again, what I took away from these games this week is that it's never over. Do not play prevent. Do not play not to lose. Keep the gas going. Stay in your base defense and do what got you here. As soon as these defenses start playing this, let's play a safe defense, all of a sudden the defensive coordinators start getting stupid. They start playing I mean, I think we're gonna get to that the next game we talk about. But playing sideline coverage when the team got 3 timeouts. What kind of analytics is that? What are you doing? The seam routes is the easiest route for the quarterback to throw.
Mm-hmm.
And you're playing the sidelines with timeouts? I don't know, man. I think the coaches are overthinking this thing. Which takes us to our last game. The Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. Have you ever seen a display of offensive clutchness in a football game before?
Man, that's been one of the most exciting games. I thought when the Rams beat KC in the Coliseum some years ago was the most exciting game I ever seen. This is the most exciting game I've ever seen, man. I mean, these dudes in the last 2 minutes racked up over 200 yards of offense and 4 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes of the game. That is absolutely crazy. And a field goal to put in overtime. Just when I thought Buffalo won, and let's give a shout out to one of my new favorite players now, Gabe
Davis.
He might not never have another game like this. He might not catch 4 touchdowns for the rest of his career.
Ever.
My man had 8 catches for 201 yards and 4 tubs in the playoffs. And that is ridiculous. That's 25 yards a catch.
It should have been the game winner.
Should have been a game winner. But they had 13 seconds left with some of the worst pass defense to be the number 1 pass defense in the NFL. By far, they were the number 1 best pass defense in the NFL. So you're thinking there's no way Kansas City got a chance unless they hit the cheat on a crossing route again. But no, I don't know what Buffalo was doing. 13 seconds to tie the game to their 2 best receivers. 1 pass to Hill, 1 pass to Kelsey, field goal, tie the game, and then come down the field after tails don't show up on the corners. It goes heads. You can just see Allen on the sideline like, why did I call tails? Drive down the field, perfect throw to the sideline. Kelsey makes a heck of a grab.
Tails never fails. Tails never fails. Sip on Sunday nights.
Game time, man. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, I had no dog in that fight. I didn't care who really won out of KC and Buffalo, but it was a game. It was a game.
I sat here in my garage watching on the big screen. I'm screaming at myself. I was like, I was trying to scream at my son, "Get down here and watch this!" Like I had never seen nothing like this before in my life. I'm like mathematically, and I'm thinking, what if I was the defensive coordinator or the special teams coach? Mathematically, 13 seconds. I'm saying to myself, squib it. That's 5 seconds. If they run, and I'm pretty sure the head coach talked to the special teams coach. What do you think? If they kick it deep, they won't return it for a touchdown. I think they had flashbacks of Rocket Ismail returning a punt for a touchdown in Notre Dame versus Colorado back in 1991. Like, you don't kick it to Tariq Hill or Hardman. You kick it away, and then you play defense. And you think in 13 seconds, they can't get down the field in 13 seconds and hand the ball to the refs. You saw Dak Prescott. He couldn't do it. But the Chiefs looked like they practiced this. They had a play. Was it trips, delay, seam route to Tariq Hill? 25 yards on the ball. Trips left open. Kelsey backside by himself. Outside defensive coverage. Protecting the sidelines with 2 timeouts left. They just spent 1. They still got 2 left. You're still playing the sidelines. He runs a seam route versus a safety. Easy money, field goal range. I don't understand. If I'm the head coach, I'm looking at the defensive coordinator like, what are you doing? Are you serious right now? It goes back to the Rams game. You blitz the safety that's double teaming Cooper Kupp. So he now has a defensive back playing outside leverage as he's looking directly at Matthew Stafford. That's an automatic throw up. There's nobody deep.
It's supposed to be a dog blitz.
You remember that? First day of camp. Side adjustment. Somebody blitzes, you replace him. That dude left from the inside. All he had to do was stab him. And let's not forget the route. Yeah. I mean, I'm getting ahead of myself. The route that Gabe Davis ran on that cornerback, on that last That fake corner, that jab to the corner route that put him on his back, broke his ankles in football. I sent that to my son. I said, now that's how you attack someone's feet with speed.
Mm-hmm.
He came off at 85, 90%. He burst to 95% and stuck it to the corner route with 100% speed. That cornerback was in bad position. I felt for him. Who called that? Outside leverage with seams? It's just bad, man. All right. The Buffalo Bills had it in their grasp, and they once again come up short to the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, back to Kansas City. Are you back on Mahomes as elite? I mean, we saw him pretty average throughout the season. He had some moments where he was very pedestrian and making some bad decisions. But he, too, had a pretty good game. 33 of 44, 378, 3 tubs, 96 QBR. Pretty flawless. No interceptions. Underhand throw underneath the defensive guy coming at him under his arms. Mm-hmm. Pretty impressive, man.
He had a rushing touchdown.
And he ran it. Had some big runs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shoot. The NFL's in good hands with Allstate. Sneakerhead.
I mean, this is what you get with the Patrick Price.
The Patrick Price.
That's what you get. $400 million. This is what money. If you're gonna spend big money on a player, that $400 million, that man accounted for over 400 yards of offense on his own, over 300 passing, over 60 rushing, and 4 touchdowns. That's what $400 million gets you. I know people say, "Oh, you're gonna hurt the defense. You're gonna hurt the O-line, all that stuff. You're not gonna be able to surround him with good players." That's what.
$400 million right. Playmaker. Shot said Gabe Davis borrowed that invisible gear from Aaron Donald because KC never saw him. I'll say I'm taking one step further. He got that invisible juice that Willie Beeman had in Any Given Sunday. When I got my invisible juice, can't anybody touch me. And they stopped blocking for him, and then he got towed up. Invisible juice, invisible gear. That's the gear that they use to make the video games, right? With the pegs on it, the green screen. Mm-hmm. Deacon Hill said, best game I've ever saw. And Deacon Hill seen a lot of games. Deacon Hill was there when Franco Harris caught the immaculate reception.
He was the ball boy.
He was there. No, Deacon Hill was actually on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Deacon Hill, didn't you go to the prep? I think Deacon Hill, he went to Fremont. Where'd you go to Deke? Where'd you go to high school? He was a free safety. Old defensive back. We played basketball. He'd get interceptions. I said, that's that old DB. The old DB.
I don't know, Jonathan Mathis. I wouldn't say Josh Allen outplayed Mahomes. I think they played to a draw. I think they played to a draw. Because, I mean, they both have out of these world numbers. And what they did, man. I think it was a draw.
Josh Allen.
I wouldn't say one outplayed the other. That was just a great quarterback battle.
Josh Allen went 27-37 for 329, 4 tubs, 90.3 QBR, and ran the ball 11 times for 68 yards. Key runs, big time runs. I would
even put out the honey badger.
He deserved to win. That's why I felt for him on the sideline as he was in shell shock. At that moment in time, he believed the overtime rules are not fair. He wanted a chance. And they said, I thought it should have been a pooch to like the 10, but the kicker overdid it. I wonder what the call was. If he said kick it out the end zone and we'll play D, or put it somewhere.
You got to think about it. 13 seconds. You're not going to give up a Hail Mary. You got too many people back there. I think they played the odds, man. this is football, man. Sometimes what you plan don't work out. And I don't think Buffalo was like, oh, we kick it deep and make them go 80, that they won't score. They won't get that in 2 plays. And here we go. Got it in 2 plays.
Yeah, Daniel DV on Twitch. Appreciate you, man. He said, thank God Brady's out. Everybody's pretty much like, we get some new blood this year. It might be a Mahomes repeat of a few years back, but you're going to have some Burrow, Mahomes, Matt Stafford, who used to be a Detroit Lion, who had never sniffed the playoffs, versus Garoppolo, who's been here before. But it won't be Tom Brady, y'all. Allen versus Mahomes is a new Brady versus Manning for the next 10 years. I think we got a few guys, man. I'm gonna throw Justin Herbert in there, and Joe Burrow. These guys.
I think Justin Herbert would be the Phillip Rivers of the group.
Oh, that's not even at this point. I'm not sure if that's even a compliment. Obviously,
because I mean, Rivers is going to be a Hall of Famer, but he just couldn't. They could never. The Chargers can never get over the top.
You think Rivers gets in?
He gets in.
Does he have playoff wins?
Rivers gets in.
Does he have playoff? Does he have playoff wins? No Super Bowl appearances.
He had playoff. Remember he played a game against New England where they barely lost on a torn ACL.
Yeah.
And he outplayed Brady.
But they're not.
He outplayed Brady that game, and they just couldn't get it done because LT was out that day. LT didn't play.
Right. But I still don't know if he's gonna have to wait. He's gonna have to wait like Dan Fouts. Tony Siracusa said, as much as folks hate the college football transfer portal, there would be no Joe Burrow at Cincy without it. He would have stayed buried at Ohio State. Very good point. I believe quarterbacks should hit the portal because if they don't play, there's no. I mean, I guess there is. A few quarterbacks out of SC have made the NFL as backups. I can't forget the guy's name, but he played for the Patriots for a long time. He never played.
Matt
Castle. But if you're a talent like Joe Burrow, Justin Fields, you make that decision. But I think what we said last show, 1,480 kids, probably up to 1,500 kids now.
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't quarterbacks. All those are just players who want a new scenery. I knew when we came out, you picked a school, it was like B-movie. I'm picking my career today. Mm-hmm. I'm picking my allegiance for the rest of my life. I picked UCLA over Cal Berkeley. And that's what you live with. And what's this transferring to the school in your conference? I believe there are a few Oregon Ducks going to SC.
Yeah.
Man, this is out of hand. This is why you had a sit-out period if you transferred before, to keep people from doing these types of things. This is unreal. I believe SC has 5 running backs. 5 new running backs. Who's going to be the starter? Can you go back to the portal after you come from the portal? Can you reverse it?
He did in Oklahoma. The running back position is a rotating door of catching screens, running some zone runs, and that's about it. They're going to air it out. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. All right, man. So the NFL playoffs, the Final Four is set. We got Chiefs. We got Rams. We got Bengals. And we got Niners. Rams, Niners. You said you got Rams because you're a season ticket holder. Who you got? Chiefs versus Bengals.
That's a tough one. Once again, I have no dog in the fight for that one. I love the young guys at Cincy, but I think Mahomes is going to end up pulling this out. We're going to get a KC LA Super Bowl.
Yeah, I had Rams, Kansas City. I'm going to find the clip. That was my preseason clip. I don't want to sound smart because I did not have faith in this matchup mid-season. I didn't even have faith entering the playoffs. I had Green Bay, Buffalo. At the end of the season, I'm like, shoot, it's going to be Green Bay, Buffalo. Why are you messing around? It really could have been. But like you said, the football gods speak. And then the shield speaks. If we get the Rams at SoFi versus Patrick Mahomes, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and K-Dot, this is going to be a heck of a show. We got State Farm commercials. Anybody on the Rams got commercials? OBJ going to get a commercial.
OBJ going to be TikTok.
And Ramsey going to get Aaron Donald going to get a commercial. It's made for the NFL to stay the king of sports in America. It's tailor-made, man. You know it would be a disaster if it's Cincinnati versus San Francisco at SoFi. It'd be a San Francisco home game. But
almost definitely.
But you got Garoppolo who can't throw 25 yards. And then you have a bunch of youngsters, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and them guys, and Mixon who beat a girl up in college. So you have a lot of guys.
You had to bring that up.
I don't forget those things. Remember, some guys can beat their girlfriend up and get their life back. Just not Ray Rice. Mixon was
No, that wasn't Mixon's girlfriend. That was just some girl who had some unsavory ethnicity marks to say about somebody.
What's the word? Epithets.
Ethnicities.
Some racial slurs, and he popped her one.
I didn't want to say racial slurs, but she said something about his ethnicity.
They gonna shut us down for saying racial slurs? We bullying? All right, man. The NFL. You want to boycott if you want to, but even Colin Kaepernick watched these games. He had to watch them. If you love football, you love this weekend. Despite the flaws of the NFL, it was something to see. If you missed it, I feel for you. I got the Rams winning the whole thing. We'll see what happens. I keep hearing before we move on, if Cooper Kupp had one of the best statistical seasons of all time, is it safe to say he's top 5 receiver in the game? Or is he the number 1 receiver in the game because of numbers?
I would say top 5. I wouldn't say number 1 because I still think Justin Jefferson is better. I'm for sure Devontae Adams is better. Who else can we go out there? D-Hop. When D-Hop's healthy, he's better. Who else is out there that's good? He doesn't have the. Yeah, he's top 5. That would still make him top 5. Because I mean, Coop. They kind of give Coop the stereotypical. He's a short, slow white dude. He's not that at all.
He's 6'2", right? He's 6'2", 200 pounds.
Yeah, he's a big slot, which makes him a matchup problem because most safeties can't guard receivers. He's a big outside receiver who can run the slot, and his hard because linebackers can't match up with him. You can't get physical with him. You know, he ain't no soft dude. He's a tough dude.
Mm-hmm.
So. He's really good. I think people sleep on him a lot. I still don't think he's number 1. You know how I am about value. He gets a lot of value.
Yeah.
So, but he makes plays with the value. But he's a good player, man. I thought Thielen was the best of the white receivers in the league, but Kupp has really separated himself in that.
It's a shame we gotta make that differentiation. It was like, let's just call it what it is. Of the white dudes, he's the best one.
He's the best one. But he's one of the best, man. He's without a doubt one of the best. He's a good dude.
He can get down with the bros in off-season training. Now, I was offended when they tried to put him above Megatron. And I said, well, let's take a look, though. What did the Rams do? And what the Rams, I mean, you figure Matthew Stafford was the quarterback for Megatron for many years, too. But the Detroit Lions versus the futuristic, innovative offense of the Los Angeles Rams. They are making plays for Cooper Kupp to have option routes versus mismatches. Where if you go back and watch Megatron video, he has triple coverage at times. And he was still making grabs. So I'm like, let's slow our roll. This is one of the best seasons of all time, but he is no Megatron by any stretch. I mean,
even with the volume, he couldn't get 2K. But for the extra game, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He couldn't get the 2K. He still has the second most yards behind Megatron. Megatron did that, like you said, in double, sometimes triple coverage in 16 games. So he had an extra game and in an offense that's innovative enough to get him open. Megatron, you knew the ball was
he was just
going
to throw it up.
You knew where he was going to be.
I'm going to throw it up.
You knew where he was going to be.
Their offense was called 3 flies up. We're going to throw it up. We're going to throw it to Megatron and see what happens. He came down with it. Cool. End zone, red zone. We're going to throw up to Megatron and see what happens. He came down with it. Cool. Yeah. That's like, yeah, let's slow a roll on that. But Cooper Kupp has had one of the best seasons of all time. Let's not put him in the Hall of Fame yet. I mean, he's no Steve Largent yet. Let's put him in the
it's definitely not a Steve Largent. Yeah, Steve Largent was a dog.
Yeah, so Steve Largent was the John Stockton of the NFL. Speaking of John Stockton, who gets his ticket.
Put your mask on, people.
All right, man. We are still in a pandemic. And it's almost to an endemic where that mask will be a part of our lives for the near future. How'd you feel when you saw John Stockton get his tickets revoked for not wearing a mask? What does that say about the country we live in?
It's privilege. You know what I'm saying? And I won't even say white privilege. It's just privilege, period. A lot of people, because, I mean, I work at a high school and I don't have no white kids. These black kids and Latino kids don't want to wear their masks. And I'm just like, dude, y'all have classmates that are out for weeks at a time because they're catching COVID, but you don't want to wear your mask because it's a sense of rebellion. We live in a very rebellious country. You got to think of what our country was founded on, rebellion. You know, and then.
Uh-oh. See? Facebook shutting us down.
Middle.
Facebook trying to shut us down, Mac. Whatever you just said got crashed. What did you just say? Repeat that. Our country's rebellious?
I said we're a country of rebellion. We're a country of rebellion. You know, so you just got a lot of people that don't want to do the right thing. And I feel bad for Stockton, and I feel bad for Gonzaga because this is a bad look. The greatest player that you ever had come from your school, NBA Hall of Famer, one of the top 5 point guards of all time, and somebody got to reason with him. Somebody got to go, hey, look, Stockton, man, this is a bad look for you. This is a bad look for us. You got to think the bigger picture. I know you feel uncomfortable. I know you feel you can't breathe, but do what the people do, man. Put the mask over your mouth and have your nose out. You know what I'm saying? Just don't do yourself dirty, man. And I like Stockton, but Gonzaga, I'm quite sure that relationship is going to heal over time. But to revoke that man's tickets, I don't know, man, because it's Stockton, man. I don't know if I would have did it, man. I'd have been like, come on, come on, man.
Come on, man. Is this any different than Kyrie? In that you have your belief, you have your rebellion, you have your stance that you're not going to budge from. Do you think Stockton ultimately gets his way because he's John Stockton? Because Kyrie got his.
Nope. I think Gonzaga is going to stand fast and stand firm. Gonzaga is a brand now, and Gonzaga is going to say nobody's bigger than the brand. I don't care if you are the greatest athlete to ever come through our school. No, we're gonna take a stand on it, and I applaud Gonzaga for it. It's just that now it becomes a bad look because it's a basketball school. Basketball players that go to Gonzaga know that Stockton legacy. You know, do I want to go there because I'm not going to get any privileges? And one thing about the athlete nowadays, they want privileges. They want to be different. They don't want to blend in. They want the difference. So it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Zuck. I'm sorry, Zuck. Whatever I said, man, I'm sorry.
Zuckerberg said, don't be talking about my Trumpers. We don't want to wear masks. We're not going to take it. No, we ain't going to take it. We're not going to take it anymore. John Stockton, he's a hero. We should be more like John Stockton. Trump 2024. Let me shut down my podcast by saying that. Elaine says they create some type of box seats or suite seats for him. I can see it.
Yeah, why not?
They're going to create a special situation for John Stockton. He has a medical condition. He can't wear a mask. Oh, that's understandable. Good job, John. J. Matt says, I don't like wearing a mask either, but it keeps me and my family safe. I have a 1-year-old and I have to protect her. And if you ain't seen J. Matt's little girl, she is the cutest little darling. I want to steal her for about 2 days and give her right back because I'm done. My kids are big. My kids are grown. My daughter's 20, my son's 16. I'm almost out this bad boy. I'm going to be an empty nester in this bad boy. I'll have pictures and video of my kids when they were that small. That's all I need. Miss Mac in the house. Oh, shoot. Here we go. It's a bad look. Whatever. If they let him do it, then they will have to let everybody else do it. Tell him, Miss Mac. I don't know. They're going to give him an exception. If you are John Stockton and you have a medical condition where you have an over the amount allowed by law of nitrogen oxide coming out of your breath, we don't want you to die. We don't want to be liable of your death for making you wear a mask. I don't know, man. It's inconsistent. We saw some history made in women's college basketball this weekend.
Yep. Shout out to Ayoka Lee.
She needs it.
That's her name. I hope I said it right. I'm sorry, young queen, if I don't get it right.
You smoked that off.
What a performance. What a performance.
You smoked that off.
61.
Let's put a picture up there. Where's her picture at? Now, I looked at her.
61 points.
She had... Let me see if I can pull a picture up. Hey.
Well, I mean, let's go. She averaged 23 points per game. She was the third leading scorer in the NCAA at that point. And then she went 23 of 30 from the field, 15 of 17 from the line, and scored 61 points, breaking the previous record of 60, which was shared by 2 women previous. So what a game. And I watched the first half of that game, and she balled out. She balled out.
Yeah, buddy. Now I'm looking at her hair. You know I like to claim my sisters. Is she a sister? Her hair is curly. Her last name is Lee. Good chance. Daddy a brother.
I think she's mixed. I think she's
trying
mixed.
to figure out.
You can see it in her. I think she's
She
mixed.
said I didn't come in expecting to break a record. It was just sticking to our game plan, running what we needed to run, and our guards did amazing. Lee had 32 points in the first half. That'll do it. That'll do it. I can't hear the music.
Mm-hmm.
My headphones is tripping. There we go. All right. Shout out. I know you smoked her name off. Ayoka Lee. Go on, girl. Now is she a WNBA prospect? She had a big old knee brace on.
I think so, because when I watched the game, she had great hand-eye coordination and great footwork. So it was really crisp. Her catch, when she would catch the ball high, she kept it high, get it off the backboard, and she had good movement with it too. I mean, yeah, I saw the knee brace and I was like, but she moves well. She moves well. As long as they don't take her outside of her game, because she has, not trying to be mean, she has a big body down low where she can body people with her butt and with her hips and get them out the way and position herself well. And that's basically what she was doing against Oklahoma. And Oklahoma had a defender that was about her size. And she was able to get that girl out the way with some good post moves. You know, she was physical. She was taking some bumps and getting it back up. So, I mean, I like her. Anybody that like post game, you watch her play, you're gonna get post game. She ain't trying to shoot no threes. She ain't got no mid range. She strictly paint. She a paint player.
No threes.
So if you like that, she's a girl. She's that athlete for you.
Yeah, man. She down there getting buckets like the Wilt Chamberlain way. Like, I ain't shooting no mid range, no teardrops. Just turn, face up, turn. Little bitty, little 5 foot jumper, little glass, little putback, little rebound putback, little shimmy, and one free throw. I mean, that was a breath of fresh air, like inside out play. I didn't see the rest of the game, but I saw enough of the highlights. Like, oh, she ain't messing around. All the shots she took were good shots. And I was like, wow, King Olajuwon will be proud. Mike Staff in the house. Fundamental basketball is where it's at. That's what the WNBA brings. Most of the time it's fundamental. But now you see a lot of hot dogging because that AAU is flipped over to the NBA and the WNBA. All that Kyrie dribbling. It sells tickets.
And we're going to get that at UCLA. Shout out to, we got a good recruit coming to UCLA on women's basketball, Jada Williams.
She's a good follow.
Maybe you haven't seen her highlights. Girl got game.
Yeah.
Got game. So we might get we might get some old school Dawn Staley.
Mm-hmm. Is she?
How
tall is she?
I want to say she about 5'8", 5'9". She ain't a short girl. She has good point guard size for college.
And she ain't shy. She all in your face. She's a spark plug. So I can't wait to see her get there. Elaine said that was what you call old school balling. Elaine was a college basketball player. I'm not sure did Elaine play pro, but I know she balled. So she can appreciate some old school inside out hoops down low in the paint. J Matt says she can ball. Yeah, Jada Williams. Check her out. What's happening? What else is happening, man, around sports before we get out of here? Let's see. Australian Open. Any interest? No.
No interest, man. You know, I don't know, man. I wouldn't say I'm losing my love for tennis because I came in when I got into tennis, it was when Agassi and Sampras were battling, and then you had the Williams sisters come in. So I had really great players. Martina Hingis, Lindsay Davenport. You know what I'm saying? Then we got our current guys like Nadal and the dude I don't want to name because he decided he wanted to show up at the Australian Open.
Do I have to Djokovic? No.
I don't like that dude right now, man, because you putting people in danger, man. I don't blame the people of Australia wanting to get rid of that dude, man. We trying to get this stuff under control. You don't want to be vaccinated. You got COVID, and now you want to do it now, man. So I'm starting to lose a little bit of interest in it because of the players that I really love going through are all gone. I haven't really got into it except for Osaka, and I don't think Osaka is enough to keep me so interested.
Yeah.
So I need rivalries. I need people that are going to go out there and we know that they're going to battle. We know they're on the collision course. And I don't think we have that in tennis now, so no interest.
Yeah, I'm like Mike's dad. No Williams sisters. I'm good. It's almost like Tiger not playing golf. I'm like, I need to find somebody I can relate to. Even though Tiger Woods said he's not black, I said you black. You can say all you want. If you get pulled over and you ain't got your red polo on, you black. No Williams sisters. Naomi Osaka got beat. Messing around with her punk boyfriend. I said it. Her punk boyfriend, little rapper with his little blonde braids. I can't stand that dude. He don't deserve He don't deserve Naomi Osaka.
That's their choices nowadays, man. There ain't much to choose from. You gonna get you a blonde braid auto tune rapping dude.
Man, nowadays. Blonde braids is the first sign of a loser. Remember when Antonio Brown had blonde mustache? That's the sign of the first sign of the downfall, man. You gotta know better. Her PR people should know better than that, man. Oh man, when she dropped that 0, I'll be back on her squad. He said he's arrogant. Yeah, I can't stand that dude. He lucked up like Beyonce's high school boyfriend. Lucked up. You lucked up and got lucky.
Jay-Z lucked up.
No, Jay-Z had the money to match the
that was his luck.
Yeah,
he was still selling drugs in front of the Marcy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Some of these guys lucked up. You lucked up, dude. That's dating Naomi Osaka. You lucked up. You trash rapper. I saw one of his videos. I'm like, man, this dude's trash. But he's getting his, man, and I'm pretty sure Naomi helps his views or whatever all these young rappers, man.
She ain't twerking in the videos, man. I don't know.
No, man. No, she's too docile. She's too subdued. That's not her thing.
I know we had Serena twerking in the Beyonce video.
You ain't said nothing but a word there, Jack. Undeniable. Ain't nothing like Serena Williams. She got a bunch of commercials now, and I've seen white dudes saying Matrix, Serena Williams, Matrix, Serena Williams, and they always end up with Serena. So I was like, these white dudes ain't slick. They lusting over Serena Williams. All that woman. You can't handle all that woman. That's a lot of woman.
That's a lot of woman.
That's a lot of woman. You got to do some push-ups and pull-ups. You got to carry your own body weight. All right, man. Fun topic. Let's put on the track. Force MDs. The Tender Love segment of tonight's show. The Tender Love segment.
Love so tender.
As AD continues to nurse his injuries, we want to add to the Tender Love list. Who you got?
My Tender Love nominee this week is Tom Brady.
Oh, he's tender.
He got a hit and got held up and cussed the ref out because his lip was bleeding. Dude, I've been hit so hard that my ear was bleeding in football. I had my tailbone lodged into my hip. Concussions and bruised abs and strained abs and all that. Man, I don't want to hear nothing. That's a tender dog. He's supposed to be Captain Tom Brady. He's supposed to be the leader of your team. You got patted. Like Von Miller could have finished you off and held up, and you got a unsportsmanlike conduct because you got touched in football. Tender love, man. That's tender love, dog. That's tender love.
I can't even top it, man. It don't get much tender than that. A little blood in football. It's supposed to be football. Like you said, it's not golf. It's not tiddlywinks. It's not Yahtzee. It's football. You've seen blood before. I've seen Ric Flair get his whole face busted up. He's still on the microphone. Woo! Ric Flair. Tom Brady. Come on, man. 44 years old.
That's a little bit of blood, bro. Your whole lip. First of all, you barely got lips. You're bleeding from a crease in your face. Knock it off, man. Elaine said they said Tom bleed his own blood. He wants somebody to bleed for him. Is he a celestial being? He doesn't bleed? What Rocky said? What Rocky? Like, I need y'all to bleed, not me.
What are you doing? He tried to tell his line. What are you doing? I'm bleeding here. I don't get hit. Today you do. Tom Brady. Our Tender Love player of the day. Will he retire going out with a busted lip? Or will he get revenge on the man who made him taste the steel metal taste of blood? If you've ever had a busted lip or a bloody nose, you've tasted your own blood, it's an acquired taste. Tom Brady has not tasted that taste in a long time. It was actually refreshing. Here's to you, Tom Brady. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Oh, the tender love you're giving to me. All right, man. We're going to stall Tom Brady out for a minute. Tom, terrific.
I mean, I would say he did beat us in college, but he wasn't the starting quarterback. He did throw a pick six, though, to P. Ward.
He sure did. The coach of the Wildcats back in the day, Goldie Hawn, is going to get him back in shape. Yeah, D-Strong.
What a great movie.
Oh, man.
What a great movie, man.
Wildcats is one of my top 10. Y'all remember we had our movies, our top 10 movies, our football movies, and Wildcats was on there for me. It's just too many good one-liners in that movie. OG Tender Love is back next week. Anthony Davis is going to be back next week.
Oh,
I'll wait to see it. I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it.
You know, Tender Love gonna trip over his shoelace and be out for another month. So
he gonna. All right, let's bet. Let's put it out there. $2 bet. How long before he gets hurt again?
$2 bet. I give him 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I say pregame. First game back pregame. His ankle still hurts. So whatever he hurt right now. What's he hurt right now? I can't keep up. What's injured right now?
Who else want action on this? We can make a pool. Let's do a pool.
Elaine says he's probable for the next game. Oh, no, he's street clothes. He ain't playing the next game. He's not going to get embarrassed. Well, KD ain't playing, so he might play. Nobody out there can fade him. He might go out there and get him a few 25 points on a bum leg. All right, man. Fun topic. Finish this out. You saw some of the best football you've seen in your life. What were you eating? And what are the best game snacks? What's your snack of choice for the game?
So Saturday I ate air. I wasn't really eating for the games. But yesterday I went over to my boy Coach T house and he put the spread out. He grilled some chicken, some ribs, some greens, some cornbread, some mashed potatoes.
Ain't no snack. That's food. That's
we was going to work.
That's real. That's real love right there.
I had a couple of blue moons to go with it, so you know I was feeling good. But if I had to choose
the snacks,
which is my go-to snacks for any type of game, WWE, World Cup, all that. Some sour cream and onion ruffles.
There you go.
With sour cream and onion dip.
There you go.
And a cream soda.
Oh,
that's my.
Oh,
cream soda. That's my go-to.
Yeah, that ain't bad. That's right up my alley. So Mike Staff know how I do. I do the cheesesteak sliders with the Hawaiian bread, with the grilled bell peppers and grilled onions and the mushrooms and the steakums cut up real nice and fine because I don't have no real butchers out here I can get my shaved beef from. So I gotta improvise with a New York steak and shave it up real nice, or I'll get OG steakums and make the best of what I can. Get some provolone cheese and some Hawaiian bread rolls. Toast them things up. Hit my George Foreman grill. Fry them things up real nice and scoop them up all on top of my greens and sweet bread. That's one snack. I'm with you on the sour cream and onion ruffles. They go good with anything as far as a sandwich is concerned. And my pop of choice will be Cactus Cooler. However, I have a new drink. Tupac voice. New drink. Cactus Cooler mixed with Tiki Punch will change your life.
Ooh, that sounds like
it is.
Seizure.
It is is diabetes in a cup, but I did it with a metal cup. They gave us a metal cup at the job. Big old NLM cup, Elaine. NLM cup, little 32-ounce metal cup. Put about 7 ice cubes in there. Mixed about half Cactus Cooler, half Tiki Punch, and it got ice cold as I let it sit there as I'm eating my snack. This week I didn't have my sliders. I had an actual cheesesteak from Jersey Mike's and cut it up in small pieces to kind of give my mind the idea that I had real small ones. And I had my sour cream and onion chips. I had a Chico stick, courtesy of my brother Mayshawn for my birthday. He hooked me up with a Chico stick.
Man,
I had my setup in the garage. I had my coffee table, portable coffee table next to me. I had my lounge chair. I was doing pretty well with my snacks and vittles this Sunday watching those great games. And I was very satisfied with my meal and the games we watched. So I was doing really, really well. Chinatown Mo said his wife's chili queso dip and a nice cold beer. Why does beer get so cold? Why?
I don't know.
And why does
nice cold when it's always a good
and
thing.
why does Hawaiian Punch not get cold?
That is true. No matter how you can freeze Hawaiian Punch,
It's still gonna come out a little bit warmer than anything else. Milk and beer get super cold. Nate said potato chips or sun chips with the Dean's French onion dip. Okay, that sounds pretty tasty.
Hey, what type of sun chips, Nate? What type of sun chips you go with?
This is key.
Because I like the
I like them red salsa ones.
Harvest, the cheese ones.
Harvest cheese
Harvest
ones. I like the Fiesta.
Oh, those are good.
The Fiesta red. The Fiesta reds go down smooth too. Elaine said that sounds like Red Bull. Not in the big NLM USD cup. Yes, the NLM USD cup is not a two-way freezer cup. It's a one-way freezer cup. So if you put something hot in there, it's gonna burn your hand. That's how metal this cup is. I put some hot coffee in there one time and burnt my hand off. I was like, what kind of cup is this? It's a straight metal cup. I thought it was gonna be the double kind where the outside don't get hot or cold and the inside stays hot or stays cold. Man, I'm like, we got this bootleg metal shop cup. And burn your hand off. All right, man. Final words.
Final words. We didn't talk about it, but we lost a legend in life, Sidney Poitier.
Yeah.
I don't know, man, how many movies I've seen him growing up because being at my grandmother's house, she loved Sidney Poitier. She loved watching his movies, man, and just seeing all his stuff. When I knew when I was going to my grandmother's house, I was going to watch the Sidney Poitier movie with her. And is a good civil rights activist, a good actor, probably a better man, probably a great dad. Named his daughter after him, Sidney Poitier, his daughter. So I mean, the world has lost a champion, and you know, not to sleep on anybody else that has passed away in our lives, but you know, that man touched a lot of people in a lot of good ways. So may that man rest in power. And also my dad recovered from COVID. I didn't put that out there like that, but he had COVID. It was scary for me. That's my idol in life, but he's good. Mr. Mack is a strong man. I don't think he gonna let that take him out. So I'm glad he's recovered.
Shout out.
But yeah, that's my final words.
Shout out Mr. Mack, OG in the community. Definitely a role model in the community. I want to send my thoughts and prayers to the 6 families that lost a loved one at the Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon. You don't want to go to a sporting event and not come home. And yeah. I just know that wasn't the intent. I believe it was 6 people died and they got crushed. So I know it was, you know, something involved with the crowd control. So I know it wasn't something that they planned, and it's just unfortunate. So I feel for those people, and it goes back to what we've been saying all along during the pandemic. Let's just use wisdom. I know we're in a hurry to get back to doing stuff like that. And I believe something happened terribly a few months back at a Travis Scott concert when people got trampled and lost their lives. And it's like, everybody slow your roll, man. Everybody realize that some of this stuff ain't that serious. And people are taking things way too seriously. Everybody step back and understand big picture. A lot of this stuff is entertainment. A lot of this stuff is not life or death. But apparently, to some it is. So it's unfortunate. So my thoughts and prayers to those people who have lost their lives in Cameroon at a soccer event watching a sport that they love. So, hopefully it never happens again. Hopefully we have better. We saw bleachers fall apart at the Eagles game, and I know you trust everything that you come in contact with at a function like that they've done the proper construction and proper crowd control. But anything can happen, man. So everybody just be safe. Continue to do what you're supposed to do to keep yourself safe when you're on the roads. Be aware. We don't want to see no more people lose their lives and things like that. And I'm tired of opening my Facebook and seeing who passed away. So let's take care of one another, pray for one another, and do the right things, man. All right, let's see who's on here on the way out. Let's go. Shot-Town Mo said, all grandmothers love Sidney Poitier. Don't make me watch Let's Do It Again tonight or Uptown Saturday Night. I got the DVD. I just don't have a DVD player to play it. I had to put it in my Xbox. Elaine said, I love his movies, and he just had the best lines. What we have here is a failure to communicate. And others like, they call me Mr. Tibbs. I liked the one he said, Seymour Pettigrew. Was that him or was that Bill Cosby that said that? Seymour Pettigrew.
Oh, man.
We're looking for Seymour. We're looking for little Seymour. We're looking for Big Seymour.
Mm-hmm.
Satamo said, I found out at work today that there is yet another strain of COVID in Europe and will inevitably be here. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and stay prayed up. On that note, from our medical professional, Shot-Town Mo, the game don't stop. Keep your mask on, socially distance, and do what's right. Appreciate that, Elaine. Waiting for her show to come on. Is it just me? The Elaine Williams show. Is it just me? She's gonna be talking trash. I can already feel it. I'm gonna come on here talking trash too. All right, y'all. Until next time, I appreciate y'all hanging out with y'all. It's your boys, Mac and AC. Till we coming back
for this Monday night, people.
We're gonna come back next Monday after the after the NFC and AFC championship game. We wrap those up. Recap those. All right, y'all. Peace and love.
Everybody have a good work week. Be safe out there.
IHU variant. I'm good. I'm still on the Delta.
Yeah.
I'm still on the Delta trying to get past that. I don't need no more variants. We believe you. We believe you, Rona. We know you're real. You don't have to keep coming out with no variants. Peace and love, James Mack. Out of 5,000, G. Peace.